So let's come back to the instant drill number 15. So we just want to find the number of intersection points. Number of intersection points, right? Okay. And part C. But when we see the word intersection points between two things, then we know how to start. We always start with equation 1, equation 2, right? Okay. So in part C, we will start with this. Letting the C, that is x squared plus y squared plus 4x minus y equals 0 to be equation 1. And then the equation of L, 2x plus y minus 1 equals 0 to be equation 2. Okay, because we want to find the intersection point. So we are always solving the simultaneous equations. Okay, and this is the setting, but you remember which equation shall we start with? Yes, equation 2. We always start with the equation without square terms. Okay, so that is equation 2 in this question. So from equation 2, what do we do for the equation 2? You remember? We start with equation 2, but what shall we do from equation 2? Yes, very good. To change the subject to be either x or y. Okay. Sometimes x being the subject is better. Sometimes y being the subject is better. Which one do you think is better to be the subject in this equation 2? Y. Yes. Why? Why is better? Yes, because if y being the subject, then there will be no fraction. But if we want to make x to be the subject in this equation, we need to divide the two. Okay, so there will be fraction, and it is not good. Okay, so we are going to change the subject to be y from this equation 2. So y is equal to 1 minus 2x, or negative 2x plus 1 is also okay. And then label this to be equation 3. Okay, so everything is very mechanical. Okay, just follow the steps will be okay. When we have equation 3, we are going to substitute this equation into the equation with square terms. That is equation 1 in this case. So substitute 3 into 1. Okay. So the format of equation 1 is x squared plus y squared. So we will change all the y to be 1 minus 2x. Okay, because from equation 3, we are going to make this to be 1 minus 2x, and then bracket square plus 4x, and then minus bracket 1 minus 2x is equal to 0. Can you get this? Let me wait. And are the words still clear? I mean, okay, clear. Okay, and then we need to expand all the bracket and calculate the like terms. Okay, until we can get a simple quadratic equation. Okay, so x squared is just x squared, and then for the 1 minus 2x bracket square, we are going to use the identity about a minus b bracket square. It becomes a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, right? Okay, in this case, it will be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. Get it? And then plus 4x, and then we just remove the bracket here. But this is a negative bracket, so the 1 becomes minus 1, and minus 2x becomes plus 2x. Okay, so that is minus 1 plus 2x equals 0. Okay, can you see? Like this. And when there are still brackets, we just handle the terms one by one first. Okay, so we still have x squared here, and then plus 1 minus 2 times 1 times 2, that is 4, and then x. So minus 4x plus 2x bracket square. This square can be shared to the 2 and the x. So 2 square is 4. And then x square is x square. Plus 4x minus 1 plus 2x equals 0. Okay? And then we need to calculate the like terms. Okay. X squared plus 4x squared. So we have 5x squared. And then how about the x term? We have minus 4 plus 4 plus 2. So the result will be just plus 2, right? Plus 2x. And then how about the constant terms? We have plus 1 minus 1. Cancel. 0, yes. So we do not need to write 0 here. The right-hand side is still 0. This is a simple quadratic equation, right? Where a is 5, b is 2, and c is 0. And then you may just use the calculator formula 1 to help you to get the answers. Okay? So a is 5, b is 2, c is 0. And when you use formula 1 and you get 2 answers, I think the one is 0 and the other should be negative 2 over 5 or negative 0.4. Yes, am I correct? So x is 0 or x is negative 0.4 or 2 over 5. But the question just asks us how many intersection points are there. So 1 or 2? It depends on how many answers from this quadratic equation. There are 2 different answers, right? So the answer will be 2. Do you understand? 好，呢度咧順便教埋先。嗱，雖然呢題咧淨係問我哋有幾多個相交點，我哋已經知道係有2點啦，係嘛？咁但係其實咧，我哋好多時咧題目都叫我哋揾埋個相交點嘅坐標嘅。Okay, question will normally ask us to find the coordinates of the intersection point. 其實已經差唔多揾到晒㗎啦。These two will be the x coordinates of the intersection point. You just need to find the corresponding y coordinates. Then that will be the complete coordinates of the 2 intersection points. Okay? So how to find the y coordinates here? That is very easy. When you have an x, you just put this number into this equation to calculate the y, the value of y. That will be the y value, y coordinates of the intersection point. Okay, so when x is 0, y is calculated by 1 minus 2 times 0, right? And that should be equal to 1. When x is negative 0.4, y is calculated by 1 minus 2 times negative 0.4. That should be equal to 1.8. Am I correct? Okay, so please try to check my numbers. Okay. So we have successfully found the corresponding values of y here. And if the question asks us to find the coordinates of the intersection point, then we can answer the question by this. Therefore, the coordinates of the intersection points are, the first point will be 0 and 1. The second point will be negative 0.4 and 1.8. Get this? 0, 1, x coordinates and corresponding y coordinates. And the second point will be negative 0.4 and 1.8. Okay? 嗱呢題其實唔使嘅，呢一題啊其實唔使嘅，因為題目唔係問我哋呢樣嘢。不過我想講俾你聽咧，其實咧我哋差唔多已經做埋即係最複雜嗰樣嘢㗎啦，得唔得？係爭個 y 計埋個 y 出嚟咧就得㗎啦。OK？ 題目咧，即係通常叫我哋揾埋個相交點的坐標，係嘛？咁咧，我哋揾到即係撳機 Formula One 計到兩個 x 出嚟之後，其實塞翻落去 y 做 subject 嗰條式咧，就可以計埋佢哋各自嘅 y 坐標係啲咩㗎啦，得唔得 ？OK， 好嗱，呢一度咧，我間一間低俾大家睇呢一度咧，啲 sorry 啊，去邊咧？去咗呢度。頭先咧，咪計到 x 喺呢度嘅呢一部分。呢一部分至到呢一部分係呢一題裏邊唔需要做嘅，得唔得 ？get 到嗬？但係經常都會問嘅喺考試裏邊。好啦，但係咧呢一題要做嘅係咩咧？呢一題要做咧就係答佢有兩個相交點。OK，therefore there are two intersection points. OK，therefore there are two intersection points. Okay, so that is the answer for this question. Can you get this? So let me paste it to the OneNote first. 呢度黐咗落去 OneNote 之後，仲睇唔睇到啲字會細得滯 ？Do I need to enlarge the words? Is it okay? So any step you will need me to explain again in detail? This one is not for this question, okay, but normally we will encounter these problems in the DSE exam. Okay. Open up. Okay, next question. Next question. Let me see. It should be this. I need to do the example 16 first. Example 16. Sorry. Okay. So 嗱睇睇咯，我呢度咧都會問嘅，喺通常咧呢一種題目咧就喺 MC 裏邊問嘅，係 MC 啊。咁如果打升落去，因為呢度咧有一樣嘢我哋要記一記。So please put a star here. Example 16. Okay, so there is one thing we need to remember. We need to memorize. Okay. So if the straight line x minus y is 1 equals to 0 and the circle intersect at 2 points, find the range of values of k. Did you notice that in this equation, in the equation of the circle, there is an unknown k. K is an unknown. Okay? If there is an unknown in some equation in the question, and we need to find the unknown later, then we need one information supplied by the question. Can you tell me what is the information told by the question? It's fine. 題目俾咗啲咩資料我哋啊？今次嗱，我哋有個未知數，有未知數 K 喺度係咪？咁我哋陣間就要揾一啲關於呢個未知數嘅資料嘅答案啦。咁題目咧必須要俾一個資料我哋，令到我哋可以列到條式出嚟，去到計個未知數嘅。今次俾你嘅資訊係點樣咧？知唔知啊？有冇人可以講俾我聽？今次題目 given 嘅 information 係點咩咧？頭先我哋嗰題係揾開啲咩㗎？頭先我題 instant drill 係求啲咩㗎？記得 number of intersection points. Yes, very good. Okay, the number of intersection points. 通常咧，第一種題目就係俾咗啲式，俾咗啲式你啦，跟住叫你直接揾啲 intersection point 咁樣啦。如果呢個係第一種題目嘅話咧，第二種題目就會調翻轉嘅係嘛？俾咗啲式你，但係有未知數嘅，但係咧個資訊就係話咗俾你聽有幾多個 intersection point， 跟住咧令到你列咗條式出嚟，我哋計到啲未知數嘅。今次俾你嘅資料咧就係 this straight line and this circle have two intersection points. Okay, this is the information given by the question. So please highlight these words. Can you highlight these words? Intersect at 2 points. Okay, This is the information given by the question, and that will make you to set an equation. OK， 好啦，但係 when you see the word intersect, okay, two things are intersect. Basically, the first thing you need to do is to set up equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, always like this. So you just set the equation 1 and equation 2 with x minus y plus 1 equals 0 to be equation 1, and then the equation of circle x squared plus y squared minus 4x plus k equals 0 to be equation 2. Okay? And because it is about intersection points, so we are going to solve the simultaneous equations. And equation 1 is the equation with no square term. So we start from equation 1. And changing the subject to y. So make y to be the subject. So x plus 1 equals y, right? Okay. So if I make y to be the subject, then every term is positive. That is better. If I make x to be the subject, then some terms are negative. That is not better. Okay. And I label this to be equation 3. And then just substitute equation 3 into equation 2. Okay. Then x squared plus the y becomes x plus 1 bracket square minus 4x plus k equals 0. So I get this equation, and then again I need to use the identity to expand the bracket. A plus b bracket square becomes a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So it's x squared plus x squared plus 2x1 plus 1 squared. And then minus 4x plus k equals 0. And then simplify the terms. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 4x plus k equals 0. And then calculate the like terms. So we have x squared plus x squared becomes 2x squared. And then plus 2x minus 4x becomes minus 2x. But this time we have an unknown plus 1 plus k for the constant term. So it will be plus 1 plus k equals 0. Can you follow up to this step? So we are trying to find the intersection point. We just follow the normal steps to find the intersection point. 好啦，呢度一個諗法係咩咧？就係我哋照揾相交點。但係嚟到呢度嘅時候咧，其實我哋知道我哋應該未運動嘅，因為咧有個 k 記喺度。但係題目話俾我哋聽啲咩咧 ？There are two intersection points. So this equation should have two answers. Should have two different answers. 呢度咧你要記得咧，我哋方科學嘅時候咧，一條二次方。一條二次嘅方程式有兩個唔同嘅答案嘅話咧，記唔記得我係要計呢一樣嘢㗎 ？There are three different cases. A quadratic equation can have two different real roots, can have one real root, can have no real root. Okay, if we are thinking about how many real roots for a quadratic equation, which symbol should we calculate? Do you remember? Do you have any idea? 一條二次方程式，嗱呢個未知數嘅係咪？咁我哋淨係考慮有幾多個答案嘅話咧，我哋要計啲咩啊？要 remember？ This one. Delta. What is the formula of delta? Delta is b, yes, b squared and then minus, very good, 4ac. That's correct. Delta is equal to b squared minus 4ac. If delta is positive, then this equation has two real roots. If delta is 0, then there is one real root. If delta is less than 0, then this equation has no real root. Do you understand what I'm talking? Okay? 視乎個 delta 計出嚟係大過零，等於零定細過零。大過零兩個答案，等於零一個答案，細過零冇答案。而家佢話有幾多個答案啊？係冇話。咁話有幾多答案 ？2 points，2 intersection point， 兩個相交點嘅話咧，即係話我哋而家呢一集係計緊啲咩咧？就係計緊相交點嘅坐標。OK。如果我哋計，即係如果你知道 K 嘅話咧嘅數字嘅話咧，我就可以計到佢嘅坐標係啲咩㗎啦。OK， 而家係計緊相交點，咁而家佢話有兩個相交點喎，即係呢條式咧應該要出兩個答案嘅，即係呢個 delta 咧要係大過等於定係細過零啊？如果要出兩個答案嘅話，就係第一個 case 啦，即係 larger than 0。嗱呢個要背啊，呢個真係要背嘅。OK， 所以咧我陣間就會話咧 delta should be larger than 0. Okay, so in this case, A is equal to 2, B is -2. What is the value of C? What is C in this equation? C is the constant term. It's the term with no x. In this case, should be what? 1. How about the K? Should we include the K in the C terms? Yes, because every term without attaching with the X should be considered as the constant term. Okay, should be included in the C part. Okay, C 嗰啲就係冇諗住 X 嘅數，所以咧個 K 係咪都係冇諗住 X 㗎？咁嘅時候咧。The C should be 1 plus K. Do you understand this concept? Okay. So in this case, the delta should be less than 0. Larger than 0. I mean, delta should be larger than 0 because there are two intersection points, and delta is calculated by B squared minus 4 times A times C. And this expression should be larger than 0. Then we have successfully set up an inequality involving the unknown K. All right? The question asks us to find the range of values of K. Means that the answer of this question should be an inequality, okay, involving the unknown K. Okay, so this is basically after a few steps, we will find the range of values of K from this inequality. So -2 bracket square is 4, and then minus 4 times 2 is 8, and then bracket 1 plus K is still larger than 0. And then multiplying the 8 to the bracket, 4 minus 8, and then minus 8K is larger than 0. And we have -4 minus 8K larger than 0. And I want to find K. So I need to move the K term to the positive side. -4 is larger than 8K, right? And then divide the 8 to the left-hand side. We have -4 over 8 is larger than K. And do the calculation, it should be -1 over 2 larger than K. Finally, just write K on the left-hand side of the inequality. K is on the smaller side, right? Okay, so K should be less than -1 over 2. And that is the range of values of K. So let me paste it in the OneNote. Can you see? Okay, now I would like you to do the instant drill. So let me copy the question first. Instant drill number 16. So basically, it is exactly the same as the example. So I give you 5 minutes this time. Okay, so please try to do the instant drill number 16. This is exactly the same, but not exactly. Okay, but the steps will be exactly the same. Okay, there's one, the keyword is not the same. Keyword is not the same. But can you try to do it first? What is the keyword? Do not intersect. Yes, very good. It means that the number of intersection points should be equal to what? How many intersection points if they do not intersect? Should be 0. Okay. And how about the delta? Delta. If the number of intersection point is 0, then in the middle of the calculation, we will not put delta to be larger than 0. Because delta larger than 0 should be 2 intersection points, right? In this case, if we have no intersection point, what should be delta? Should be less than 0. OK， 嗱，一係就大過0，一係等於0，一係細過0嘅啫。咁有幾多個相交點？即係有幾個答案咧？就係大過0就2個，等於0就1個，細過0就0個。而家0個答案，0個相交點，即係0個答案。咁即係 delta 咧就係細過0啦。get 唔 get 到呢度？得唔得 ？OK， 不過呢個咧就去到中間先講嘅。但係我哋開始係點樣開始㗎 ？How to start? We start with this. Okay, so x plus y minus 2 equals 0 to be equation 1, and then x squared plus y squared plus 4y plus k equals 0 to be equation 2. Okay, and then we start from equation 1 and making y to the subject, or x is also okay. Y equals 2 minus x, right? And then label this to be equation 3. Is your equation 3 correct? Okay, good. And then sub 3 into 2. And we have x squared plus the y becomes 2 minus x squared plus 4 times, again the y becomes 2 minus x. Wait, this is plus k. And then plus k is equal to 0. Okay? And then you expand the brackets. X squared plus, so a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And then expanding this bracket, 8 minus 4x plus k equals 0. And then we have x squared plus 4 minus 4x plus x squared plus 8 minus 4x plus k equals 0. And then simplify the like terms. So we have 2x squared minus 8x plus 12 and plus k equals 0. Is it correct? Good. So this is a simple quadratic equation, but with an unknown k, right? And where a is 2, b is -8, and c is 12 plus k. And because the keyword this time is do not intersect, which means that this quadratic equation should have no solution. Okay, we should not be able to find any intersection points because the question tells us that they do not intersect. Okay, so this quadratic equation should have no solution, which means that the delta should be less than 0. Okay, and then we need to remember what formula is for the delta. The delta is b squared minus 4ac. So in this case, it should be -8 bracket square minus 4 times 2 times bracket 12 plus k. This delta should be less than 0. Okay, still follow? And then we calculate the term one by one. -8 bracket square should be positive 64. And then minus 4 times 2 is 8. And then times 12 plus k, less than 0. And expanding and multiplying the -8 into the bracket. So 64 minus, is it 96? And then minus 8k, less than 0. Am I correct? And then these two are numbers, so we can calculate the numbers. 64 minus 96 should be -32. And minus 8k is less than 0. Because I want to find k, but k term is negative on this side. So I need to move it to the right-hand side to make it positive, leaving the -32 on the left. and then it becomes 8k on the right. And then we can divide the 8 to the left. So negative 32 divided by 8 is negative 4, which is less than k. And finally, we just write the k on the left. K is on the larger side. Okay, so k should be larger than negative 4. And that is the answer. That is the range of values of k. Can you follow? Okay, can you get this answer? Yes, good. Okay, so let me paste this to OneNote.得唔得？好啦，跟住咧，睇睇先啊，記咗添。Yes. Example 17。嗱，呢個都要講㗎，呢個都要識嘅。Example 17呢一個咧，其實就係我頭先今日第一堂所講嗰樣嘢啦，就係要揾埋個坐標嗰樣嘢。Okay, we need to find the coordinates of the intersection point. Okay, maybe let us do the instant drill number 17 part A together, and then I leave part B for you as exercise. Okay, let's go to instant drill number 17. We do part A together. Okay. So the question asks you to find the coordinates of the points of intersection of the circle C and the straight line L in each of the following. Okay. So in each of the following, we have the equation of a circle and the equation of a straight line. And we need to find the coordinates of the intersection points. So this is about intersection point. So we should just set the simultaneous equations first. Okay, so that is x squared plus bracket y minus 1 square equals 10 to be equation 1, and then y equals negative 3x plus 1 to be equation 2. Okay, and then we start solving the simultaneous equations, and the equation with no square term is equation 2, and in equation 2, y is already the subject of this equation, so we do not need to spend one more step to change the subject this time. Okay, so this is easier. We just need to sub 2 into 1. 係咪唔使轉 subject 啊？呢題 ，OK， 因為 y 咧已經係 subject 嚟㗎啦， so we just need to sub equation 2 into equation 1. Okay, so from the equation 1, we know that it is x squared plus y minus 1. Y minus 1 becomes negative 3x plus 1 minus 1 squared equals 10. Follow? Then it is nice because we have plus 1 and minus 1. These two terms are cancelled by each other. Okay, so what is remaining inside this bracket is just negative 3x. Okay, so it becomes x squared plus negative 3x bracket square is equal to 10. Okay, and then we just use the laws of index to simplify this bracket square. The square of a negative number will result in positive, right? Okay, but positive what? Positive 3 square x squared. The 3 can share this square. The x can also share this square. So x squared is no change. Plus the positive, yes, that is 9x squared is equal to 10. Get this? These two are like terms. They can be added together. 1x squared plus 9x squared becomes 10x squared is equal to 10. Okay? Then 嗱呢度咧睇你做唔做到啦。Maybe I do this. Subtract the 10 to the left hand side. 10x squared minus 10 equals 0. And this is a simple quadratic equation already. You need to make sure the right hand side is 0. Okay? And this is a simple quadratic equation. What is A? 10. What is B? Careful. What is B? Okay. 0. Okay, B is Bx. But there is no x term here. So the B should be 0. So what is C? Negative 10. You get this? Okay, careful. So A is 10, sorry, 10, and B is 0, and C is negative 10. And then you just use the calculator this time because all of them are numbers. No unknown here, right? You may use Formula 1 to get the two answers. What are they? Good. X is equal to 1 or X is negative 1. Okay? But this time, the question asks us to find the coordinates. These two are the x coordinates only. We need to calculate the y coordinates also. Which equation should we put the x number into to calculate the y? Equation 1 or equation 2? It's very obvious. It should be 2. Okay, so that is the one with y being the subject. Okay, so when x is 1, y is calculated by negative 3x plus 1. That is negative 3 times 1 plus 1. And then just use the calculator to find that it should be equal to negative 2. Okay? And the other part, when x is negative 1, we put negative 1 into the same formula to calculate the value of y. So y is calculated by negative 3 times negative 1 plus 1. I think it should be equal to 4, is it? Okay. So what are the coordinates? Good. The coordinates are, the first point is 1, comma, negative 2, bracket. And the second point will be negative 1 and 4. 嗱，要留意喎，一定要用呢個坐標寫法，開括號 x 坐標逗號 y 坐標閂括號咁嚟寫個。因為咧，點解咧？啱先咧對呢樣嘢咧捉得好嚴謹嘅，佢講到明咧，如果你漏咗個括號嘅話咧，就會扣咗你分㗎啦，冇咗啱習分。OK， 嗱，我以往見過小同學咧都係冇咗括號就1、2，冇咗括號呢樣嘢嘅話咧，就會扣咗啱習分嘅。OK， 一定扣嘅，係啦。所以咁樣答啊，用坐標形式嚟答啊，因為佢而家就係問你坐標嘛 ，coordinates。Okay, so this is part A. So now I would like you to do part B yourselves. So I give you 4 minutes this time. Please do part B.嗱，我講多樣嘢先。呢啲咧揾坐標呢啲咧喺 DS 裏邊咧唔會獨立一題咁樣出嘅，但係咧通常係喺最近嗰題，即係第18、19呢啲長題目裏邊，其中有一 part 就係叫你揾一個相交點嘅坐標㗎啦。OK， 你千祈唔好覺得咧，即係最近嗰題咧，我哋完全1分都攞唔到。呢啲我相信你而家咧做得多幾次嘅話咧，應該都有信心可以起碼寫到啲嘢出嚟嘅，係嘛 ？OK。咁你記住咧，即係我哋一定要喺啲長題目裏邊咧，都揾一啲 part 係我哋可以做到嘅。我哋有操練過，有學過就可以做到噶啦。OK， 呢啲唔需要諗咩特別方法嘅，就咁揾相交點嘅話咧，我哋練1式、2式，跟住轉 subject 塞入去2次方程式嗰度， 撳機，咁就答案嚟啦。Okay. Yes. 4 squared plus a minus b, right? It's a is 4, so it's a squared. It's 2ab and plus b squared. Where's the b squared? Careful. Correct. Oh, good. Can you get this quadratic equation? Yes, and then this is a simple quadratic equation where a is 2, b is -8, and c is 8. And then you hand it to your calculator. Okay, what number can you get? I think it should be 2 and 2. Yes, repeated roots. Okay, so this is the second case. Only one intersection point. Okay, but we just need to find the intersection point, find the coordinates. Okay, there is only one x. X is equal to 2. And we still need to calculate the value of y. So we need to sub x equals 2 into equation 3. Okay, where y is the subject of this equation. So is when x equals 2. Y is calculated by 4 minus 2. Okay, so that is 2. So the only intersection point, the coordinates are 2 and 2. Okay, so there is only one answer for this question. Can you get this? That should be 2, 2. So let me paste it to the OneNote first. You see? Do you have any problems for this part? Okay, so please write down the homework. Just finding intersection points and just submit to the Math app will be okay. So please do not submit hard copy. Okay. So exercise. Yes, write down the homework first, and then we will take a break. Exercise 7C. 7C, number 5, 6, 7, 8. And 17 and 18. 6 questions. Only. 係咩？有咩？有 A B 咩？冇啊。誒，你咁樣諗我㗎？我係決定啲 kind of people，係咪 ？Yes. Okay. Please hand in on Monday. I mean submit to Math app on Monday. Okay. What is the date of Monday? It should be 29th of March. Okay, shall we take a break? So let's take a long break. Is it long? It's actually more than 30 seconds. It should be long. You哋下次幾時翻嚟啊？星期一都要翻嚟。Okay, good. Yes. Square minus 1. Okay, so please remember to submit the homework. Okay, on next Monday. Stand up. 咪先，你聽日翻唔翻啊？聽日唔翻呀，你哋。Okay, goodbye class.